What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, man. So something happened last week that I didn't get a chance to speak on, but now I'm gonna speak on it, right? Last week, was it last week or the week before last? I can't really remember. But Tekashi 6ix9ine had a run-in with Meek Mill. It was a circus when they met, right? Tekashi 6ix9ine got his phone out, hollering and screaming, cursing, talking about all Meek with security, so on and so forth. Meek Mill going back and forth, hollering out, oh, they trying to get me sent back to jail. They trying to get me sent back to jail. Y'all trying to get me locked back up, so on and so forth. Y'all trying to trick me off the streets, all this and all of that, right? So this clip of Tekashi 6ix9ine and Meek Mill meeting up and having this altercation, without not meeting up, they ran into each other and had this altercation. It circled all around social media. It made its rounds around social media. People talked about it on podcasts and so on and so forth. Out of everybody that talked about it, one person who I found, I heard Wack 100, who is the manager of the game, the rapper The Game. He is the game's manager, right? Wack 100 spoke on it, and he spoke about Meek Mill's stance, and he spoke about how he disagreed with the stance that Meek took, and he talked about why he disagreed with the stance that Meek took, right? And I often disagree with Wack 100 a lot because I view him as a clout-chasing old head plenty of times, because it seemed like a lot of times he attaches himself to stuff that don't got nothing to do with him to stay relevant for whatever reason. Like he want to be popular as The Game a lot, and he'd be attaching himself to bullshit a lot. You know what I mean? And I can't never co-sign it. But recently he spoke something, and I felt him wholeheartedly. I wholeheartedly agree with everything he said regarding Meek Mill, right? So when Meek, let's just take it back. Let's get a rewind. When Tekashi 6ix9ine first got locked up, you know what I mean? And it was reported that he was snitching to the public. When it first got out that he was telling on everybody and all this and all of that, the rap world was clowning him. Rightfully so, right? Because he was talking like he was this big gangster. He was this and he was that, and he let his nuts hang. And when it was time for him to go to jail, because he fell out with them dudes, he went and told on everybody, even told on people when he told them to do stuff for him. Like he told on his man's Cool to Be, I think, even though he told him to go shoot at Chief Keef and all of this. All that, it was dishonorable, right? Regardless, they were dishonorable to him, but to try to get out of what you did and not be accountable for what you did and tell on them because you mad at what they did is crazy to me, right? Especially when you're talking like a gangster. But nonetheless, everybody clown 6ix9ine as they should have, for that. But I also feel like some people were clout chasing, trying to get clout off of clowning him, and it was going too far sometimes. I feel like some dudes was just doing it out of clout. Some people really felt the way. Nonetheless, a lot of people were clowning him. As time started to pass, the clowning stopped. People stopped talking about Tekashi. One person kept mentioning Tekashi a whole lot though, and that was Meek Mill, right? Meek Mill made himself the spokesperson against Tekashi 6ix9ine. He talked about how it was going to be his whole mission to get Tekashi 6ix9ine out of the rap game, how the rap industry had no place for him, and he was going to make it his mission to end Tekashi, all this and all of that. And even when Tekashi got out of jail, Meek Mill made it a point to clown him out further, to say how he was going to do this and how he was going to press him when they ever met up, how he was going, how he was standing on this and that when he see him, and how he was going to do this and how he was going to get him out of the game and how he was going to end him and all this and all of that. Kept it going. Meek Mill kept it going, made it his mission, made him the public spokesperson against Tekashi 6ix9ine. And when the situation reared its ugly head, when they were face to face with each other, you got Meek Mill saying, oh, y'all trying to get me sent to jail. Y'all want me to go to jail. Y'all trying to get me sent to jail. I ain't doing that because y'all trying to trick me off the streets, right? Now, hold on, brother. I'm not against brothers committing violence and doing stupid stuff to get sent back to prison. I understand not wanting to go to jail and you being happy about your freedom. You don't want to risk your freedom for something. I understand that. You don't want to risk your freedom for ignorance. But if that's going to be your stance, why are you continuously pushing the narrative forward when, you're trying to clown Tekashi 6ix9ine all the time. You trying to say you're going to do this, that, and the third when you see him. You making it your mission to end him. You've been a spokesperson against him, right? If you're going to do all of that, and you don't, if you're worried about going to jail, as you should be, brother, because you have children, you have a family to feed and all of that, you should be worried about going to jail. If you're worried about going to jail so much, cut out the shenanigans, which you talking about you're going to do this, that, and the third when you see him. Cut all that out about how you going to press him when you see him. Cut it out about how you gonna check him, how you gonna get him out of the game, how you gonna end him and all of that. Stop acting like you just the biggest advocate against him if you don't want to go to jail. Why are you saying you gonna do all this, that, and the third when you see him there? Leave it alone. Let it be. Ignore him. Keep it moving. That's all you gotta do. If you don't like him, keep it moving. Ignore him. Don't give him no attention. Meek Mill, shouting his name out every chance he get, making an Instagram post about him, putting stuff on his Instagram story about him, putting stuff on Twitter about him, talking about him all the damn time. How you gonna do this, that, and the third? But when you meet up with him, is you scared about going to jail? Brother, if you don't want to go to jail, stop talking about what you're going to do to him. Stop talking about all this and all of that. Stop engaging in all this histrionics. Stop with all this, this big wolf talk, this big, you the biggest boss and you going to do this and that and the third and all that. Don't do all that. Don't do that if you're not going to stand on that. Leave it alone. If you don't want to go to jail, leave it alone, brother. To me, I often feel like Meek Mill always feel like he got something to prove to people. Like he want to prove he one of the hardest dudes in the street and he one of the most street dudes in the industry. Meek wants to be the medium between the streets and the rap world so bad that oftentimes he contradicts himself a whole lot. And again, we are human beings, so a lot of us contradict ourselves a lot, right? Excuse me, I'm stuttering and stuff. But Meek does it way too much because he want to be the medium between the streets and the rap world so bad. Oftentimes, I feel like he's trying to prove that he's street to people that don't even for real don't even matter, bro. These people don't even matter, and you trying to prove that you street to this person and that person and all that. Like, bro, chill out, bro. Either Meek Mill is trying to prove he's street or trying to prove he a boss to folks. Like, relax, brother. Relax. If you don't want to go to jail, as you should be worried about going to jail, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Like, why are you trying to attach your name to everything everything this dude got going on? And don't get me wrong, I'm not siding with Tekashi 6ix9ine in no way. I feel like a lot of the stuff he doing is clown out. All this dissing that he doing on dead folks and all that, and you ain't really got no real beef, no real street beef with them dudes. And I know everybody gonna be like, well, Von was dissing, he dissing King Von and all that, and people like, well, Von was dissing dead dudes, but Von had real street war with them dudes, man. It was bloodshed back and forth on each side with them dudes, so that's why I was really dissing the dead over on that side. It was real street beef. Lives were lost in that street beef. This is like some rap stuff, and it's like he trying to make it seem like it's the equivalent. It's not the same thing. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. It's not the same thing. You're not in Chicago, Illinois, like I am to understand. It's two different things. That's real street beef with dudes that got killed and got shot and all type of crazy sad stuff tragedies has taken place with that, right? 6ix9ine ain't got no real sad tragedies with these dudes, right, that he beefing with right now. So to say he telling King Von to rest in piss and all that is clown out like a mug to me. Lame as hell, just like he is. But Meek, if you're gonna engage and do all that stuff and you're gonna say you're gonna do this, that, and the third when you see him and you're gonna end him and all this, talking like you Thanos, you're gonna make him disappear. And when you see him, is you worried about going to jail? Leave it alone, bro. Don't talk about it no more, brother. And I'm a big fan of Meek Mill's music. But he gotta stop. Don't be the super thug and super gangster all on the social media. Then talking about you worried about going to jail, right? Because if you worried about going to jail, cut it out. Because I know some dudes that talk all that stuff and still just gonna go to jail when they talking because they know they willing to stand on what they said, right? And I don't want to see Meek Mill back in jail. So stop it with all the extra stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's going to look crazy you saying you don't want to go back to jail, but you still engaging with dude. You still calling them out on social media, like egging them on. Like, cut it out. Like, don't do that. And Tekashi trying to egg on a lot of other people. He's trying to egg on Lil Durk. But Durk ain't engaging with him at all because Durk feel like he ain't got to prove that he's street to nobody at all because everybody know what come with the neighborhoods and everybody know what come with the neighborhood and the affiliation that Lil Durk got. So, people understand that that's a real thing. So he don't feel like he got to prove that he street to nobody. But I feel like Meek is an established multi-platinum, like a platinum selling artist, a multi-millionaire. And he's still trying to prove that he's street to people that don't even matter, bro. Like, cut it out. Cut it out, bro. You don't got to do all that. Let it be. Let it be. And I agree with Wack 100. If you're going to do all that big bad wolf talk, when you see him, stand on it then. You know what I mean? But if you not gonna stand on it, don't talk about it. Leave it alone. Ignore him. Walk right past him. Act like you don't see him. You know what I'm saying? Don't engage with him. Act like you don't see what he's talking about. And he will disappear and he will go away just like you want. But as long as you giving him clout, giving him, like, engaging with him, going back and forth, he gonna stay around and stay relevant forever, right? And then you gonna look crazy when you don't get out on him like you said you was in all your tweets and your Instagram posts and stuff. If you ain't gonna move like how you saying on Instagram posts and on Twitter tweets and all that, if you're not gonna move how you saying in your tweets, leave it alone. Don't diss him. Don't call him out. Cut it out, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.